Jeff, so looking forward to seeing you guys on June 1st here at Indian Ranch. Your big return to my favorite spot by Webster Lake there. And can't wait to see you guys help us kick off the summer.
Oh, man, we're so excited to kick off the summer with you guys.
What I really love about Tesla, aside from the music, is the way you guys have remained focused and yourselves for, is it 40, correct me if I'm wrong, 42 years Tesla has been a band?
Well, Brian and Frank have been together since 81, and I joined City Kid in the summer of 83. So, so what is that, like 43 years for them, 41 for me? Something like that.
Yeah, math is not my strong point.
You know what? Math is one of my strong points, and if I get the time. But you know what? Here's the deal. Here's what I can do at the spur of the moment. Yeah. We are so grateful to be doing it this much longer. And you know what? And still love doing it. Not just doing it, but love doing it together.
Yeah, and it's the way you guys have done it. It's just you've remained Tesla. You never really made a dance mix of one of your songs. No. You didn't dip your toe in grunge when that came along. You guys have remained yourselves. You never wore you know what? You never wore the makeup and you never had the gigantic hair. But did it ever bother you that the band got kind of thrown in with the hair metal bands? Not that they're bad or anything, but it just seemed like you guys were not a hair metal band to me.
Our first video, they put so much hairspray, I know, in our hair and my hair that they spent a half an hour putting aqua in it and everything. And I looked in the mirror and went, nope, that ain't going to work, and flash it down. They go, what are you doing? And I said, I can't go out there with my hair look like I stuck my finger in a toaster. And they go, we just spent a half an hour, and they come here, and they dolled it back up, and we went out and did the Modern Day Cowboy video. And then after that, it was just like, you know what? We don't need this 30 minutes of Aquanet. No offense to it, because it works well for a lot of people. But we just said, you know what? We just are who we are, and we're from the 80s, and we're from the hair band. And then people go, oh, you're from the 80s, you're from the hair band. Sometimes it don't get you into the door of someplace because they go, no, we can't have you. You're too old. And then sometimes it's like, yeah, whatever. But you know what? However they label it, we are very grateful to be doing what we do. And all we do is we've always been told from the beginning, write songs from the heart, because you may never play in front of more than 5 people and you may never sell 5 records. Just write songs from the heart, because when you're up there playing those songs, it doesn't matter if there's only 5 people and they're drunk and they don't care. It doesn't matter if you don't ever sell 5 records, because you're up there as a band playing songs from the heart.
Yeah.
And we stuck to it, and we never stopped. And when grunge came in, when we first were asked, what do you think about the grunge movement? We're like, what's grunge? What? And we just, you know what? We just always said we're always going to do what we've always been told, write songs from the heart. And we're not a disco band. We're not a grunge band. And really, when grunge came out, their image was we don't dress up at all. When grunge came in, it was, which great music came along, by the way. It was just wear your flannel shirt and your jeans. That's still a look.
Yeah.
So we just, you know what, we never cared about, might have made our own little, pants of this or that, but the main thing was put a headband on here and there, and oh my gosh, this or that. But you know what? Wear your white cowboy boots, Jeff, every day and every show. But you know what? People always knew, and we'll always know if they know anything about us. We're playing songs that we've written from the heart, and we play them from the heart. And when people see it, I strongly believe that they just go, hey, man, they're just giving everything they got from the heart.
That's very true, man. If anybody has seen Tesla, you know that as a fact, that you guys give 100%.
5-Man acoustic, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but 5-Man acoustic jam, it's live from start to finish. It's live. The whole entire evening is just turn the cameras on, record. We forget all about that we're being recorded, and we just have fun. When we're out on tour with Motley Crue and we had 2 nights off in a row, and we went, let's do 5 different cities we did. Let's find a place that'll let us do what we did at the BAMIs, which is the Bay Area Music Award or whatever. and whatever they call it, no offense. And we did a couple shows at Slim's in San Francisco, and we went, let's kind of do that kind of vibe. We're out touring with Motley Crue. They've got prior commitments, and we'll just find a club that'll let us do that so we're not sitting 2 nights off in a row in a hotel room. And we did it, and it started feeling so good that, probably Brian and Frank and them went, oh, my gosh, we need to get this, recorded. And they brought out a 24-track mobile truck, and then they said, well, bring a couple cameras. This was back in the MTV days, and I remember making the comment, bring 5, because they're always focusing on the singer and stuff. Bring 5 cameras. And you know what? We did it, and then me and Tommy and Frank went and played it at some radio station. The phones were ringing off the hook. We played Signs. And they go, oh, my gosh, we go the whole evening of this. Next, we put it out, and it's our biggest selling record to date is 5-Man Acoustical Jam. Because you know why people liked about it? It was raw.
Yeah.
Having fun, no backing tracks, nobody behind any curtains, just us absolutely having fun. And that's what people, I think, just loved about it was this is as raw as you can get.
Yeah.
And you know what? We still break our set down sometimes, and we'll do Paradise or at least a couple songs acoustically. We did it in Psychotic Supper when we went out in 91 and played in arenas, and we would, right in the middle of the show, people go, what are you going to do? And we go, we're just going to break it down, do 2 or 3 songs acoustically, and then bring the bar stools and take them over on the side and fire up the amplifiers again. And we did it every night. And people are like, you guys are crazy. What are you doing? You can't ramp up an electric show and then bring it down for 3 songs on a bar stool. And we're like, oh, yeah, we can.
Yeah. I mean, who was saying you can't do that? Because I remember there was this band called Led Zeppelin that used to do it during their shows. They seem to do okay. You guys seem to have massive success with it. I don't know.
People enjoyed it.
Yes.
And as a matter of fact, Brian Wick told me one time, because he's friends with Jimmy Page, he goes, Jimmy Page was congratulating us on that. I go, well, I said, we call him B-Dub. I said, well, B-Dub, Jimmy Page, Led Zeppelin used to do that all the time. He goes, I know, Jeffrey, but what he's congratulating us on is we did it for a whole night.
Yes.
Not in the middle of a set. We did it for a whole night, so that's why he said congratulations. Tell the guys congratulations. And I'm like, because Led Zeppelin, they did all the time, and people just loved it, and we loved it too because we forgot we were even being recorded.
Yeah.
It was a top 10 single, so our only 2 top 10 singles was Love Song and Signs, and we didn't write that. Les Emerson did, and now, fortunately, he's passed away, but we're really good friends with Mike Crepin and all these guys from 5-Man Electrical Band, and that's why we call it 5-Man Acoustical Jam, because 5-Man Electrical Band, and at the celebration of Les Emerson's celebration, what is it, 2-3 years ago now, and 5-Man Electrical Band invited me up to sing Signs with them in the celebration of Les Emerson, and I love those guys, and it was just like the coolest thing. Unfortunately, but it was Les Emerson's passing for it to happen, but I got to sing Signs with the original band, so I've sang it thousands of times with Tesla, but only once with the original band, except for Les.
Wow. That must have been kind of emotional.
It was, but you know what? We all have to be prepared for it, and it's unfortunate, but you know what? I'm sure Les was looking down, smiling upon it. So we celebrated it. It was very emotional, but we celebrated it with a smile.
If I could ask you, are there songs that you love that you may have heard an acoustic version and thought, oh, that's way better than the original version? Maybe not just yours, but anybody?
No, I don't think about those kind of things. I don't think about what if, could have, should have. It's like, I just embrace the moment. So I'm not the kind of guy to go, what's your favorite 10 records you're on a deserted island? I'm using all of them for a paddle with a stick on it, and I'm trying to get off the island. How did I get on the island? And they go, that's not the question, Jeff. And they go, well, where is it? And is it the South Pacific? Is it up north? Is it cold water? And they're like, no. I go, so what are you asking? They go, we just want to know your 10 favorite albums. I go, I can't pick 10 favorites because then I'm going to take away Tres Hombres if I choose Bad Company or the Beatles, and she came in through the bathroom window, and I'm on a deserted island by myself. I don't want to be there. And they go, what are you going to do if you're just like, well, how did I get there? How did it happen? What's going on around here? And they go, you know what? What's my favorite color? It all depends. Am I looking at the sky? Am I looking down at, at the beautiful grass and flowers? Where am I? What setting? They're like, you know what, Jeff? Let's never mind what your favorite things are. Let's just talk about what you're asking. Do I ever look at? No, I just go embrace every moment, embrace every day, every step. I embrace every breath. I embrace the breath I'm taking right now with you.
Where do you get that attitude, Jeff? Like, does that come from family? Or do you practice something like meditation? Some people get that from meditation or anything. Where does that feeling come from for you?
Well, I now read out of the Holy Scriptures as of the last 2 years every day because of a friend of mine that has passed away and just says, hey, I read every day, a chapter at least. And you know what? But I think when I was a kid, my mom said, honey, don't ever waste 1 ounce of energy on hate. Just love something. Because any time you spend any energy on hating something, you're wasting time that you could be loving something. So, sorry to get emotional, but that's why I firmly believe in love. Love. Yes, I might not like something over here, and if it's going to hurt somebody, I'm going to have to intervene, but I want to go and just love. And I believe it was my mom that said something like that. Honey, just love something.
What you just told me there kind of opens my mind up more to your song, the latest song you guys released, All About Love. That really kind of brings more insight into it for me.
Well, you know what? Here's the thing. We're the kind of band, Tessa, that can go play at this heavy metal thing. We did it one time. I forget where we were, but we go over to play Hellfest 5-7 years ago. Yeah. We're with there's all these bands, 100,000 people, and guess what? We're the kind of band that could honestly, because it's from the heart, and go in front of all this heavy, heavy metal stuff and play love song, and the crowd just goes, all right. And then they go back to just moshing and stuff. Telling the guys, when me and Frank, Frank, after COVID, he just goes, hey, Jeff, you want to come by? And I go, you know what, Frank, I don't know what I would sing about. I just don't feel like writing a song now. He goes, well, why don't you just come up and hang out? Because he lives on the other side of Folsom Lake from me. I went, you know what, Frank? All right, I'll come up and hang out. Next, he goes, I got this riff. And I'm like, okay. And let me just kind of chew on it for a little while like I do when I write lyrics for Tesla songs. And I'm like, okay. Next, the next week I go by his house and I say, Frank, I kind of got a little idea. And it was all I had was, I want to get back to where it started, but I don't know where to begin. Everything you do is wholehearted. It's a feeling that comes from within, and that's all I had. And I went back and said, this is about all I got in me right now, Frank. I don't know where I want to go with it. And you know what? Turns out Frank gave me another little different version of this and that. And next I go, you know what I want to sing about? What do I always want to write songs about? Love. And then some people might go, oh, gosh, here it is, Tesla again, writing about love again. It's our only top 10 single was Love Song. And then it goes, here it is, Tesla, you know what? And it makes me just go, you know what, with a smile go, you think that people would have had enough of silly love songs? Paul McCartney did it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, he did okay, I guess.
I mean, I see it isn't so. Oh, no.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, it's what, there's not enough of it in the world. So you guys are making your contribution.
There can never be enough love in the world. And you know what? And people go, when they hear it, they go, you know what? That song really hits the spot because we need it more than ever right now. And it's true. We always need love more than ever at any given time.
About that EP, I just want to let people know if they haven't gone to it yet, really killer version of Walk Away on there by the James Gang. I just thought I had to throw that out there because I love the James Gang, and you guys nailed it. So good. So
love
good.
it, too.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong with good songs. You just can't do it, Mike. You can't go wrong when it's a good song. Just play it from the heart. All
right. Well, Jeff Keith from Tesla, I really thank you for checking in. Before I let you go, I just want to ask one question of you. You guys have been playing for over 40 years. Is there one thing that a lesson you've learned that you could pass on, like, never sign anything without a lawyer or get the money up front or or no pooping on the bus? What is something you guys have learned that's a constant that have helped you remain who you are?
Well, there's always that don't poop where you eat. That even animals know that. But you know what? Once again, just anything you do it from the heart. I don't care what it is you're doing. Do it with all your heart, because you can't go wrong. You might get something wrong, but you can't go wrong if you've always doing it with everything you got from the heart. And so, just smile. Give people a smile. It brightens their day. A smile brightens our day. Just to smile and say, what a beautiful moment right now,
Yeah. Well, we are looking forward to seeing your giant smile and the rest of the guys on June 1st. Indian Ranch here in Webster, the Pike kickoff to summer with Tesla, and it's going to be awesome.
You know what? We're going to look forward to all your guys' smiles, too.